Yo, this is Chris Blair here. It's around 5, a little after, what time is it in Japan? It's like 5:21 in Japan. Cheers, I'm just enjoying a beer. Just thinking about some hot products I have going, some hot products some students have going. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about this iOS thing. Okay, people have been very flipping out about this iOS thing, and I'm telling you right now, it's not a big deal. This iOS thing is not a big deal. Facebook's making adjustments to their reporting system. There is some slow reporting coming in from this iOS thing, but it's really not affecting the ad performance. And people think it is, it's not. There's ads manager is a little bit buggy, but people are getting results. I'm going to post a screenshot in this video of some recent results of a student who's got a new product that's fucking crushing it. Okay, getting great cost per conversions, right? They're making $19, a little over $19 profit per unit sold, and they're selling a good number of them, and we're just starting to scale now, okay? And I have other students doing well, and I have stuff that's selling really well. So don't panic about this iOS thing. It's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, this is a typical marketer's reaction. Oh my God, there's change, and everyone panics, okay? And that's just not necessary, because it's gonna be fine. Just as I said 2 weeks ago, when I made a video about this, saying not to panic about it. And just as I predicted. Yeah, a couple days slow, but it turned out to be nothing. It really turned out to be nothing. And now myself and other students are getting massive results. Things are going back, totally back to normal. All right, so I want to talk about something that's really important. When I find a product, okay, so let's just talk about this big picture here, okay? When it comes to paid advertising. Okay, I'm not talking about SEO, I'm not talking about marketplace marketing, which is like Amazon and Etsy. I'm talking about running products and offers via paid advertising. Okay? And the reason I love paid advertising, and it is because you can turn on as much traffic as you want. If you use paid advertising methods like Facebook, Google, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, you know, some of these platforms, they got massive amounts, social media platforms, they got massive amount of people, massive amount of users, right? You can literally turn on as much traffic as you want because they will take all your money if you're willing to spend it. Okay, so that's what's great about this. So you can literally go from, I have students and myself go from, I have a product I'll start testing, I'll make a couple sales the first day, second day, I'll make 3 or 4 sales, test maybe 5 or 6 sales, and so within a week, I'm doing 50 to 100 sales a day in units sold on that product, and so are my students. Because we can turn on as much traffic as we want. Marketplace marketing and SEO are great, and I think you should use those, and I'm not discouraging you from using those. But the downside is they're slower to build up. They just are. Etsy takes time to slowly build up. Amazon does too. SEO definitely does, okay? You can't just turn on the traffic like that. So when I talk about scaling to 20,000 plus units sold, which I'm going to talk about in this video, we're talking about using paid ads, okay? Paid advertising is the key to scaling fast. All right. And we're talking about, I also want to point out something else here. The strategies that I'm about to outline for you are worth shit, crap, nothing if you don't have, one, a good optimized website that will convert. I mean, when I talk about Facebook advertising scales, everyone gets excited. This video is going to get tons of views. Guarantee it. But it's sad because when I'm doing a video about site optimization and site setup, I get a very small, my views is maybe 500, right? It's sad. And when I talk about product research and development, I get maybe 800 views, okay? When I talk about Facebook ads, I get thousands of views. It's crazy, it's insanity, it's totally wrong, it's backwards. The number one most important thing in your business is your product, okay? If you don't have a good product, you have nothing. You don't have a business, period. Okay, you cannot take a bad product or a bad website or a bad landing page or for the funnel and force it to convert with paid ads. It will not fucking work. Let me repeat that again because so many marketers have this wrong. if I just throw more traffic at it, if I just keep testing new targets. No. A good winning product, as I'm in the beer niche. You know what I target with the beer niche, with my test? I'm going to tell you guys first out. I'm going to be transparent. Keyword beer. 50-some million people. Corona, Budweiser, NASCAR, country music, Harley Davidson. I mean, my initial test targets are targets that anyone in my niche would think of. They would absolutely 100% think of using these targets. And the reason why I go for those targets is because if I don't have, my product does not sell targeting the most obvious targets that everyone else is going after, it's not a winning product that will convert with advertising. And it might sell a few on the marketplace, it might sell as an add-on on the website, like for example, some people might go to the website, they might buy it if they see it, but it's not going to convert with ads, okay? And here's the other thing is, and this is a sad reality of ads, 99% of what you test will not work. And that's fine, because the 1% that does, you can scale it to the fucking moon, because you can turn on as much traffic as you want. Let me repeat that. The one idea that works, you can scale it to the moon because you can turn on as much traffic as you want. There's an unlimited amount of traffic with Facebook ads. Arigatou gozaimasu. Now, after this video I'm doing, I'm gonna eat this pork. Cannot wait. Looks really, really good. Put that to the side right now. All right. So, assuming that you got a winning product, you've tested. Assuming you got a good landing page or a website, let's talk about scaling to the moon. Okay. All right. So, I'm just going to outline my system here quickly. Now, it's hours and hours of training my course to Mastermind, and there's a lot of nuances to really getting this down right, which my private coaching students in the beginning struggle with because they make so many wrong decisions and waste so much money. I like to start off, unless it's a jewelry or a gadget, jewelry or gadgets are different, and they just react differently. I like to start off with a PPE test. So I run a $5 PPE just to see if it's going to get any reaction. Then I run a few ABOs, so ad, set level, budget optimization, test ads, and then I go to a confirmation phase. Now I just skipped over tons of shit and just went really quickly through that. But just to give you the system. So, assuming I get through all that and I pass this, okay? So what I start doing is, instead of going for like $5, which is my normal test budget for ABOs on conversion ads, I'll start using $10 ones, and I'll start using $15 ones. And I'm in the beginning scaling phases. I'll do 5 to 10, 15, 20, 10 to 20, $15 conversion ads, okay? So, and ABO, wow, some people came in. So an ABO here, I'm gonna keep my voice down now because I don't want to bother these people. Sorry about that. So, in my live video, you have to remember. うるさいだったらちょっと言う。そこまで長くしませんので。I just explained to them what I'm doing here, so I'll keep my voice down as I was before because now people come in here. So I like shooting videos in this bar because there's less people usually. All right, anyway, so throw $10 to $15 ABOs at it for several days in a row, and if that works, next I go to CBOs, and I like to do CBOs with 12 ad sets, all different targets. Now, a lot of people, well, I do that too. The key is how you manage that. I discovered some serious managing tricks when it comes to CBOs that make a massive, massive difference. Okay, so unfortunately in my course there's a whole 30-minute video on that, and I do have a whole coaching session on that when I come to that. But the point is, managing the CBOs correctly is the key to making it work. If that works, then I go with like a hyper scaling, which I go to, I'll take the $100 CBO and I go to 200. Then I go to 400. Then I go to 800. And then I even go to 1,000. And so on and so forth. I will keep duplicating that working CBO and keep increasing the budget until it stops working. Now, here's the thing though. I go from 100, 200, 400, 800, 1,000, and from 1,000 I go 1,200, then I go to 1,400. I don't double after I get to 800 anymore. Okay, so that's nothing. The other thing is this: don't get emotionally attached to your social proof. Absolutely don't get emotional attached to your social proof. Okay. When you run a lot of traffic to a particular post and you get thousands and thousands of shares and hundreds of comments and you run traffic for a while, Facebook's going to tank that post for whatever reason. Well, the reason is actually clear in their blog. They don't say this when it applies to paid advertising, but in their blog they say that we favor new content. So it's clear to me what happens is, as time goes on, you run a lot of traffic to that, it tanks the results. I take this exact same image. I have a working image. I have everything working. I just repost it again. And suddenly it's fresh content. And I run the exact same thing and it starts working. There's other things you can do here, guys. Now, there's a lot of nuances and details in all I'm covering here, but I just want to give you the general idea here. All right, test different images. The moment I have a winning product, I start looking at different images. If you have a shirt or a hat or other products that have multiple colors and styles, pay very close attention to what colors and styles. Because people, you may run into black t-shirt, but people could buy the navy blue tank, or they buy the royal hoodie. Well, that is a hint. So I use that anytime I make a few sales on another style or color. Like for example, I often run, I love hats, I sell a lot of hats. I sell the black, I run the black hat. Well, I've had certain hat caps where I'm selling the navy is selling 3, 4, 5 units in a couple days. Well, guess what I do next? I grab the navy hat, I set up as an individual ad. So test different images. Okay. Real photos. Somehow get your hands on real photos, guys, and they can be incredibly unprofessional. In fact, sometimes when it comes to Facebook advertising and social media advertising, the less unprofessional, the better. I shit you not. Just get your hand on the product, grab your phone, throw it on the table, and take a couple photos. Something about it being raw and real really works on social media. Okay, so absolutely do that. All right, get some real photos. Ask your supplier to take photos. Right, use those fat images. Get testimonial photos, guys. Email your customers. Ask them to send you photos. They will. You can offer them a $5, $10 discount on future order. They will, and you can absolutely get incredible photos of advertising. Testimonial photos. You know, again, even if they're amateur looking, convert really well. Your carousel ads show different images. I like to mix up a carousel ad between 5 images, maybe a mock-up, real photo, mock-up, testimonial photo, mock-up, right? Just sort of mix up a testimony. You create a slideshow ad. That's another one that's really, really good. So create multiple different images and keep running traffic to all multis and test out which works, okay? Yeah. And you combine all that stuff and you keep reposting the same stuff. Here's the thing. This is the most, I just said something that's really, really critical earlier that a lot of people will ignore. The concept of reposting. I see, okay, I had a coaching student last year, okay, came to me and said, I'm so frustrated. I had this product that was killing it. And I was making almost $2,000 a day, and then it just died, and I can't get it to convert. I keep running traffic to it. And I said to them in the first coaching session, I said, why don't we just post the same image again and try again? Well, I don't want to give up my 23,000 unit shares and thousands of comments in social proof. I said, don't be attached to that. If it's a winning idea, winning image, it'll work. And sure enough, bang, we revive the product just by posting it again. So many people get attached to their post with all that social proof, and they think when that thing dies that it's over. And that's not even close to the fucking case. Facebook's just saying, you're driving too much traffic to this post. Post it again. Post it again. I have taken the same image on one particular product, and I literally have posted almost 30 times, and I've been selling the exact same product with the exact same image since 2016. I shit you not. I shit you not. Okay? All right. Those who are interested in my private coaching, message me. I can take on one student at this time. You're interested in my course in Mastermind, go to ECom Vantage, VANTAGE.com. Right, Vantage, VANTAGE.com. Not so ECom Vantage, VANTAGE. I have the T there at last. My mistake. Okay? If you have any doubt whether my coaching is worth it, consider this. The #1 biggest print-on-demand supplier, Custom Cat. They have more Shopify app installs than any print-on-demand supplier by far. It's not even close. Okay? I'm the only coach and trainer that they recommend. Now, clearly there's a reason for that. Okay? Because my students are consistently big sellers for them. Okay? So, and also they know the results from my own stores as well. So, private message if you're interested, and we'll see you in the next video. And cheers.